Hi, my name is Stephanie Helsen and I'm an Oklahoma 4-H STEMist. This is day 2 of 3 of our underwater explorations camp. As you learned yesterday, ponds, rivers, lakes, and other bodies of water play an important role in aquatic ecosystems. Today, we're going to switch gears and learn about the water that drains into those different bodies of water. All living things within an ecosystem share the same watershed. Have you ever heard of a watershed? Can you guess what a watershed is? A watershed is a great example of how the living and non-living things in an ecosystem depend on each other. The definition of a watershed is an area of land that drains into a lake, river, stream, or wetland. Did you know that you live in a watershed? Watersheds can be really big, like the Mississippi River Drainage Basin, or teeny tiny, like a pond on a farm. The watershed you live in can include neighborhoods, hills, mountains, towns, and farms. The things that are in a watershed can affect how the water in an area drains into its body of water. If a watershed has lots of slopes, hills, or mountains, rainwater will drain more quickly into its body of water. If the watershed land is more flat, it will take longer for the rainwater to reach its destination. Today we're going to be making a paper watershed model. For this activity, you will need 2 sheets of printer paper, a spray bottle full of water, 4 water-soluble markers, paper towels, and an aluminum pan or some other type of tray to catch the water. You can also do this activity outside or over towels to avoid a mess. First, you will take 1 sheet of paper and crumple it up in your hands. You don't want it to be too crumpled, but this paper is going to represent your watershed or a landscape. Next, you're going to take a blue marker or whatever color water-soluble marker you have and draw in where you think streams will be that the water will shed into off of the landscape that you made. So I'm drawing my streams coming off of my mountain and in the creases of the paper. After that, you will check to see if you're right. Place the paper in your tray or on the ground outside and spray it with your bottle to make it rain on your watershed. Watch the water flow down the hills. Did you color streams in the right places? After you've watched the water flow, take your second piece of paper and crumple it just like you did with your first piece. Take your time to make your landscape look just how you want it to. Then you will draw streams and rivers with a blue marker like you did the first time. Feel free to also include a lake where you think the water might pool if you would like. Now use a brown marker to draw along the tops of the hills. So wherever the paper is folded upward towards you at its highest point is where the ridges of mountains would be. Use a green marker to draw in trees, crop, or pasture land, or grass. Finally, you can use a red marker to draw towns, houses, or businesses. If you don't have these colors, you can substitute them with any other water-soluble colors that you have. After you place your second watershed on a tray, outside on a towel, or on the ground, spray it with water. You'll see the streams again, but you'll now see a lot of other colors running into the streams along with the water. So now you know how watersheds function and why it's important for us to make sure that we take care of our own watersheds to protect the ponds, lakes, streams, rivers, and other bodies of water from oil, gas, bacteria, garbage, and other pollutants or unhealthy contamination. Make sure you fill out your Microsoft Forms and Flipgrids each day of Underwater Exploration Camp and show us your watersheds. For more information, visit 4h.okstate.edu.